Hey everybody, and welcome back to my Dark Souls 3 replay! Finally, it's been a long time since I recorded the last video, sorry about that. Anyway, last time we went through Cathedral of the Deep, defeated Deacons of the Deep, got the tiny doll that has pointed us in the direction of Aldrich, one of our Lords of Cinder we're hunting. And this time we're going to be heading our way down towards the area where another one of the Lords of Cinder is. I think we may have heard its name, like, you know, the old Legion of Farron. We're headed in their direction right now, because it's the only place we can go at this point. And this time, I am joined by a very special guest. Background noise. Today's a warm day, so I have my window open and I have a fan running behind me, and I might also turn the fan running next to my computer. So if there's a lot of extra, like, air noise whenever I talk, that is why. Hope you don't mind. Alright, I'm starting off today in High Wall of Lothric because there is stuff we can do up here, and I figure now is the perfect time to get it done and over with. I also, I spent a while learning these twin blades last time, and they are freaking awesome. Let's see how they fight a Lothric Knight. Oh my god, they decimate a Lothric Knight. That's how they fight. I also got some more sorceries last time, including this Soul Greatsword. I mean, of course it's going to be good against these guys because this is the first area, but, you know, I'll have to judge it more as we get deeper into this game. Have I upgraded this staff at all? I have. Okay, good. I know this guy was coming right after me, but I'm not worried. Do you see how little damage you did to me? Okay, dragon is still up there. I am curious. I think much later in the playthrough, I am going to try to kill that dragon to see how it is. In fact, why don't I try that right now? God, whenever this thing makes noise, I can barely hear myself think. Alright, how much health does it have? I want to see its health bar. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I did not know it could attack over here. That's good to know. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to piss you off like that. Wow, it can attack over here? Can the fire go away? There's, like, no safe place to stand. Okay. I didn't know it would cover all that space. You guys seriously didn't die. Incredible. Okay, well, either way, I think this thing takes a lot of arrow shots before it dies. So I'm not concerned about killing it right now. I think I'll wait until later. Maybe once I've upgraded enough, my stats will be really high and I'll be killing it and, like, nothing. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. 120, 180. I'm gonna run through here because the dragon's probably gonna see me. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Alright, you go out and get blasted, please. Or not, that's fine too. We can do things the hard way if you really want. Oh look, this thing could go through walls. Oh, so can your spear. Never mind, I guess it's not that special. You spear types! Okay. I think he's currently not seeing me right now. Okay, now he is. This is a problem. I don't know why I'm doing this. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing that? I don't know. I'm a big dummy. That's why. So I want to be patient, wait further away, out of sight preferably. It's breathing again, but eventually it'll do its whole, like, minor breath things. It's not an attack, but it's a little animation. That's your indication that it's safe to go. So when it's, yeah. Okay, I think now it's safe. I have a little extra time. There are some more items up there on that bridge area. It's just some souls as well as the club that the Deprived starts with, which we obviously don't need. Because we've moved, not only have we moved past the club, but we already have a club. So yeah, we definitely don't need that. I could go grab those right now. Except the dragon knows I'm here somehow, so never mind. I will not do that because I'm impatient. Now in here. Drop down, is there an enemy? I thought there would be an enemy. Okay, I guess not. No hollow guy. There's a chest over here, but do be wary. See how that chain is pointing straight forward? That means this is a mimic. A mimic in the first area of the game. It's entirely possible for you to discover this guy on your first visit here. Like 12 minutes into the game, you fight a mimic. Would be kind of funny. It is possible to run past the dragon right as it's swooping in and get into this room first thing. It's what a lot of people do to get through this area faster. I didn't do it the first time because I didn't feel like doing it the first time. Hey, like I said, I could always play a New Game Plus run of this game and show off some of those quicker strats where I could just, like, rush through the game. I do think that would be a little fun. I'd also like to collect all those ring upgrades, but more on that another time. Were these people eating on this box? I guess in a world like this, you gotta use whatever you can as a table. Alright, well that's everything over here. He dropped a deep battle axe, which is decent if you want to use dark damage on anything. It already has a deep gem, or dark gem, whatever that is, infused inside of it, so it's already doing dark damage. I got a lot of fun use out of this on my second playthrough, which was my recorded main channel YouTube playthrough. That was a very long way of saying that, but yeah. I got a lot of fun use out of that on that playthrough. This playthrough, I think I'll leave it. Because I would like to try different things. Okay, now, it's not the main point of me coming back to High Wall of Lothric, though it is something I did want to do. I'm gonna chop you. Ah, yes, you exist. Right. Have you heard of Soul Greatsword? Hold on a second. Can I just take a sip? Okay, have you heard of Soul Greatsword? Okay, that would have been cool had I not ran out of FP and also had I not taken that hit. Otherwise, it would have worked perfectly. I'm so upset. I'm not. It's fine. Yeah, I'm telling you that this isn't the greatest damage ever, and it also costs a lot of FP. I definitely think it's also not a whole lot of stagger. I think that guy took some stagger damage, but still. Soul Greatsword definitely isn't having the biggest damage output in the world. Oh, that's a big vehicle outside. Y'all probably heard that. If there's an emergency vehicle or a motorcycle that goes by, you are absolutely hearing it, like it or not. Okay, down here, this is a door unlocked with the lift chamber key that one weird guy in Firelink Shrine gave us. The one weird guy looked like he was dressed as a hunter from Bloodborne. And he said, oh, go find the Dark Wraith in the dungeon. And, well, hey, here's the Dark Wraith in the dungeon. So the weird thing is, these bodies, these are supposed to be Lothric Knights, but they look way larger than the actual enemies. I mean, I haven't paid that much attention to the enemies' heights. The Lothric Knights are taller than us, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, they seem to, like, grow bigger when they die. I don't really get that. Alright, hello, sir. Can I get a sneaky Soul Greatsword on you? Pretty please? Can you not be scripted to see me? There's way too many enemies in these games that are scripted to see you. And it just, like, it sucks, because it feels like it removes all strategy from the encounter. Or, not all strategy, but you know what I mean. Ha-ha! That's the maximum possible damage I could have done with a signed 8-bit integer calculating the damage. Okay, that is the Dark Hand. They can use it as a shield. And I think they could even use it to, with a grab attack to take our HP and add it to their own. Like that. Yep. Oh, does it not add it to their own? It does kill me. That's one thing for sure. Good thing I'm literally in the same building as this dungeon when I respawn. Yeah, I thought it was a lifesteal attack, but maybe not. That's just what it sounded like. Because in Dark Souls 1... Sorry, I went to take a drink right before I talked about something, so that's why there was the silence there. Anyway, in Dark Souls 1... wonderful. Oh yeah, there was the humanity system, and the deal with the Dark Hand in that game was that you would steal other people's humanity. Either NPCs that were built like you, or other players were viable targets by the Dark Hand to steal their humanity and add it to your own. And so because they removed humanity in this game, they replaced it with stealing HP, and I thought that it would become a lifesteal mechanic, but I guess not. I didn't mean to fall down here. This is bad. Thank you for not backstabbing. Where's the other guy? Okay, slowly climbing down the ladder. Sure, whatever you want to do. All right, I'm just going to go right into this door. No need to fight the halberd guy. We're fine. Oh, we do need to call the elevator back up, and if the halberd guy saw me, then maybe change your plans? No, okay, good. He's an idiot. Look at that. Look at that doofus in there. Standing around, not seeing the carnage happening in front of him. What am I afflicted with blue? Is that... Oh, that's my, that's the ring, right? 28 is my current defense, so this armor must not be giving me very much. Okay. Oh, I do have this right. This is what was healing me. I thought I switched this off for something. So yeah, I got a little confused with that last time. Still wearing this. We'll be fixing the hollowing problem at some point. Maybe this episode. Let me send that back up, because I feel like I'm gonna die again. I just feel like that's how this is gonna go. Attempt number 2. So this guy is a regular enemy. He's not supposed to be like a boss or anything, but he's just a really tough one. In fact, we're about to be fighting more of them very soon, so yeah. Got you again! Haha! Got your nose! These guys are in Dark Souls 1 as well. Their attacks were way slower in that game than they were here, which is a general trend with Dark Souls 3. Enemies attack a lot faster in this game. Personally, I really like it. It feels intense and action-packed, and they at least sped the player's own movements up to compensate for it. You know, Dark Souls 1 feels very clunky to play, and I think that's my #1 least favorite thing about that game is the controls. I hate the controls in Dark Souls 1, because it feels like you can barely do anything half the time, half your entire existence. But, like, to be fair, a lot of the enemies were slower, too. Though, I feel like they're a little slightly faster than you, which might not be true, but that's just how I've always felt things. Anyway, yeah. Even if an enemy is, like, copy-pasted over from Dark Souls 1, they tend to attack a lot faster in this game. Which, you know, is fine. It's just the direction they wanted to move to. They did this because the most recent Soulsborne game before this game was Bloodborne, and Bloodborne was a massive hit, so they were like, hey, you know what? What if we just do Bloodborne things again in our latest Dark Souls game? And that's what ended up resulting in this. Where's this light coming from? That little... You know, I don't know about that. I don't know if that checks out. Where those rays are coming from. I don't know about that. Don't make me tap the sign. Early game areas are most rushed. That's gonna be like the big meme of this playthrough. You know, the meme that will be shared among me and the 2 viewers watching right now and no one else. Hello, 2 viewers watching right now, by the way. How you doing? Have you by any chance come over from the main channel after my Five Nights at Freddy's video blew up, because this is being recorded basically right after that video got so much attention, and I really appreciate it. If any of you guys came from that video, then thank you very much for watching that and for continuing to entertain the rest of my content. So, one funny thing about this before I leave High Wall of Lothric and get back on track, notice how this wall is much taller? That's because if you look over this edge, we should be seeing a view of the large room that is the Darkwraith dungeon that we just descended into. However, there's a bunch of bridges there instead. There's just a bridge there instead. It's just one bridge. And, if we could see the exterior of the space containing the dungeon, then, it wouldn't... I don't know what I'm trying to say here. It would, like, clip into the bridge. It would look very weird. So, they tried to put up a taller wall here to prevent players from looking too closely at this background scenery to see that, hey, wait, shouldn't there be enough room for this huge dungeon underneath the tower? It's kind of neat. They're trying to block you from their own mistakes. It's probably not a mistake. It's probably like a necessary evil of, hey, we don't need to make this elevator this long, so we're just not going to do that. Gonna take a stop back at the shrine. I recognize that in the last video, I said, take a pitch stop at the shrine, and I slurred it so much that it sounded like I was saying, take a piss stop at the shrine. That is not what I was saying. I was saying pit stop, just to clarify. I listened back to that specific portion of the video, and I was like, oh my god, that sounds horrible. You there, he gives him a gesture for talking to him again. I can give him the Great Swamp Pyromancy Tome so he can teach more stuff to me.
There we are. It's been long indeed. With this, I can teach you more sophisticated pyromancies. Splendid. I can boast I am your tutor a little longer.
Look at Orbeck over there, resetting his position every time I look away and look back. What does that unlock? I think that unlocks Fire Orb here. I'm probably not going to use these too much, but I'll at least buy them so I have them. I think they'd be cool to have to our collection. I will definitely make sure to buy this for a later area, instead of continuing to be an idiot, like I was in the last playthrough. I would buy more from you, but I don't think I have the intelligence to cast the stuff I'm interested in. Oh yeah, and I got to level 30, and I forgot to switch my Covenant icon. Here we go, better late than never. You're back from that grave. You have anything new to say?
Gaining admission.
No. Okay. Well, that is very on topic for what we're about to go do. Gain admission to the Legion. It's a matter of some ceremony. So we have exhausted everything at Cathedral of the Deep. We've beaten the boss, we've seen every optional area. There might be some items somewhere, I don't really care. But we're not going to be going back there for quite a while. Instead, we're going to port over to Crucifixion Woods and go down the alternate pathway. Because if you don't remember, this place branched out into 2 pathways. One led to Cathedral, the other leads to guess where? It's the Watchdogs of Farron, or not the Watchdogs of Farron. So that is something. The Watchdogs of Farron is something we're about to be finding out more about soon, but it's the Undead Legion of Farron. There we go. How weak are you against this? Okay, pretty weak. So I can tell you have a lot of physical resistance, but not very much magic resistance. Not that it matters. I mean, you might have a tanky health bar, but at least there's only 2 of you. And you're weak to critical hits. So I'll take that. Oh man, those Covenant icons look so weird, all rotten like that. Oh yes, I need to level up Faith next chance I get so I can show a little thing related to the hollowing. Somewhat. Alright, there we go. Down goes first crab. Probably won't need to beat the other crab. The other crab's back that way, right? Yeah, I've already been over there. I've already gotten the coal. Already beaten the Black Knight. So instead, I missed something on the ruins. Alright, if I remember correctly, that item up there is a Ring of Sacrifice. I'm going to make my way up there real quick. There's a Fallen Knight set. Cool. It's really the Road of Sacrifices where you start to get armor sets dumped on you left and right, and rings dumped on you left and right. But hey, I don't mind. I mean, honestly, the game, it was about time the game starts giving the items, you know? Okay, so I only went out this way. I never went to the top of the stairs. Okay, I see how I missed that. Okay, thanks for your soul spear, buddy. That's the official name of that spell. You're not dead! Sorry for yelling, I just... I thought he was dead. He wasn't dead. It frustrated me. And that's it. You healed. Oh my god. Is this guy real? That motherfucker right there is not real. And neither am I, because I'm dead now, and I'm turning into ash, and I'm becoming fake. Damn, you're annoying. Okay, can't you, like, lure them? There's probably a better way to take that on than going with a full frontal assault against the spear guy. Okay. I'm hoping not to catch the attention of the crab this time, because the crabs take forever to kill. As fun as they are, they still take forever. They're such a time sink, and clearly, I'm on a speedrun. Obviously, that's the whole point of this playthrough, is to get it done as quickly as possible, have no fun whatsoever, etc. The reason why it took me so long to get around to this is not only because I was streaming, I was working on the FNAF video on my main channel, but also because it has been quite hot recently where I am, and I don't like recording high-end games when it's hot. Just because, like, I feel bad for overheating my computer. I want to take care of this little beast. It's the only way I can make videos, so, you know. I don't want to put it through too much stress. I know it's probably designed for it. It could probably handle it just fine. I'm just a worrywart, as Markiplier would say. This is a Ring of Sacrifice? Yep. Living proof that I have no life. Alright, anyway. Back on track. Warriors slumber ahead. So that message is actually talking about in this direction, not about any other direction. And yeah, if you're playing the game online in this section, you might be running into invaders here, known as Watchdogs of Farron. We'll cover them more in a little bit. Slam, 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 come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Coolio. Get some damage, and then the critical hit. That's how the pros do it. I usually don't like going for critical hits that much, especially in Elden Ring, or as the game progresses. Early on, critical hits are good, but as these games progress and the enemies get tankier, critical hits do less and less for you, it feels like. So I usually never go for them in the late game. I usually just opt to keep attacking them like normal. Oh, I missed it. That's fine. I had enough stamina to do everything I wanted. I am very reckless of stamina usage, though. It's one of my character flaws with this game. There we go. And also, I don't really like how long the critical hit animation is. You know, it's not quick and snappy like the regular attacks. It's this huge, long, slowly wait as your character does an awesome stab that you're not really playing at all because all you did is press one button to do that. Anything around the sides here? Okay, no. So I guess we can go straight for these two NPCs here. Alright, so I don't know if they chain pull. Chain pull means they pull together. If I aggro one, the other one will also be aggroed. Let's see if that happens. Pretty sure it doesn't. So if you approach from the side like this, you can pull one at a time. And that's always, always the best choice in Dark Souls, unless you're on a speedrun and you don't care. And you're used to fighting multiple enemies. Oh, you got a shield that looks like it's gonna parry me. Ah, does not look fun. You also got a huge club that looks like it's about to be smacked into my head and cause concussions. That does not look fun. Okay. That was hyper armor there. The way he was allowed to do that follow-up attack and didn't get staggered or interrupted from my own attack. That was him having hyper armor during that attack. Nope. At least he doesn't have hyper armor for that. Nope. Yeah, when he gets low, he starts to heal twice in a row, and then he's very vulnerable. One of the easier NPC battles in this game, for sure. Let's go for number 2, then. You there. All right, you've got what looks like a slashing large sword with the same kind of large, chunky armor. You know, I would love to have armor give me actually good defense, but in these games, having good defense means looking ridiculous in the process. Either that or you're at heavy load. And so and it goes against my own playstyle, so maybe I don't want good defense then. I think I'm fine with low defense. But still, it's like the armor that gives the best defense in this game always looks the stupidest. Alright, there we go. I don't want to try this on you. Haha! Oh, that was fun, actually. Okay. Definitely not as, like, easy to use as the one in Elden Ring. Once he's done with that, that's a perfect opening for that, especially if he doesn't dodge it afterwards. Cool. What next, buddy? The one weird thing about this game's NPC battles compared to Bloodborne, while Bloodborne NPC battles had the character voices as you attacked them on the enemies, this game does not. They're all silent. I'm not sure why. Because, like, there are character voices in this game, so they definitely could have used them. And also, as a small fun fact, I guess, we got both of their weapons for killing them. The young voice that you can pick in character creation for female characters is actually the same voice as female characters in Dark Souls 1 when you're in human form. That's pretty interesting. I think the mature and aged voices are new for this game, but the young voice is the same as Dark Souls 1. A little bit of asset reuse there, but it's okay. It's in the Dark Souls series, after all. So this here is our next area. It is a swamp. Oh, you can actually see some parts of it from up here. I didn't know that. I mean, it makes enough sense. There would be at least somewhat of a clearing in the trees. I believe that large building over there is our goal. Yeah, that's where we want to head to, but first, we gotta do something about these flames, or so Hawkwood said. Thought there would be an item down there, but I guess there isn't. Alright, descend? Descend the ladder? Get splinters in your hands as we do so. Actually, I think we have gloves on, so we should be protected from that, hopefully. Light bonfire. Let me check how many souls I have. I've got 5,000, okay. Maybe could buy something from Orbeck, I don't know. I don't want to... Yeah, I don't want to do anything. I'm happy with things the way they are right now. Maybe I would like to change equipment going in here, though, because this is Farron Keep, our next area, and it is a poisonous swamp. If we step in this, yeah, we start to gain poison just from standing in the water. This is a From Software favorite. Every single Soulsborne game has this, the swamp that poisons you. It is just a staple of the series. It's honestly pretty funny. That said, so armor provides resistances to status effects, and on my main channel playthrough, I actually did put on the Master's Attire, which, yes, does have more poison resist. In fact, okay, this has more. The Worker Garb. Let me see. Okay, this has more. It's weird. The gloves that barely cover you are resistant to poison. Why? How does that make sense? And then, okay, so actually the worker set has the best poison resistance. The loincloth somehow has more. How? No idea. It just does. Then there's something else you can get here that does. Okay, so I think to maximize poison resistance, let's go with the worker set, even though I have worn it before. You know, it's still apparently the best choice. So here we are. Looking great, I guess. And in addition to that, I'm going to switch out a ring, probably this one, for Poison Bite Ring. And there we go. We have all of that poison resistance. So it'll take us a decently long time to get up to poison. It'll take us a decently long time before we're poisoned. There we go. I said that in an actually comprehensible way. All right, there we go. This here, I think, it helps even more with poison resistance. The Rag and Mask, yes, even more. So yeah, with this, we should be immune, frankly. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's very long. Ow, okay. I don't know if these guys get poison for hitting you. Wouldn't be surprised if they do. Either way, they're just simple slugs. They spit at you, you kill them. They look like they're about to explode, and then they don't. It's a bit disappointing, honestly. Okay, so Farron Keep is big. And there's a lot of stuff to see in it, and if you want to see everything within it, it's going to take you a while to go through. It's a little annoying for that reason, but, I'll try to do it as fast as I can. Oh, do I have any... I think just like the main channel playthrough, I have come in here without actually remembering to buy any purple moss clumps. Let me see if I'm right on that. Yep. I have one blood red moss clump, no purple moss clumps. Those are what you need to resist poison, so yeah, I'm gonna have to backtrack to the shrine and go get those. I was at the shrine before, just didn't think to buy any. I'm so not used to using consumable items in this game. It's just how it is. Thankfully, if we teleport away after being poisoned, we will lose the poison. Because anytime you rest at a bonfire or do anything like that, your status effects will be cleared. Something I should mention. Anytime I go silent like that for a long time, it's because I'm having a drink. I'll buy all 12. I'll take your entire stock! There are a lot of enemies down in Farron Keep from what I remember, so we should be making up for that usage of souls. Interestingly, this is under the same area category as the Road of Sacrifices. They are technically the same area. It's just they, you know, they have two different area names. And I kind of consider that two different areas just because it's a different name. But, you know, I got hit by you in the same way. Alright. Got the Titanite shard over there, so no reason to go back over there this time. Take you out. Run across here. Alright, I believe that item over there is an Estus shard, so I'm going to need to go grab that at some point. On my main channel playthrough, I'm pretty sure I got every important item out here in Farron Keep, except for one. There was one that I didn't get, and it was a unique spell. So, my mission this playthrough is to find that. I want to find that before we move on. Even if I miss other items as a result, I want to find that one missing item, because I will not feel complete without it. Alright, here's my moss clumps. I'm going to attach these to the tool belt. We can easily eat those whenever necessary. Might also put some of my other items on there, like the, yeah, temporarily boosts. Oh, that's just defense. I guess these could be useful. The red bug pellets could be useful coming soon. I was hoping these would increase my damage of that type, but no. Why am I carrying dung pies around? 1 second. Let me just... Yep, there we go. Discard will delete the item from your inventory instead of dropping it on the ground, which is what leave does. Right, so... Some slugs over there. Would be so funny if the item I'm missing was in this first area right here. I might just tank the poison. It's honestly not that bad, especially now that we've had a boost of vigor. That's a shield. Very cool. The little icons next to shields indicate what skill it has. I think I can show that off in a little bit. It's a nice little attention to detail because shields don't really have many skills in this game. It's really just parry, shield bash, or having none, which is considered a skill. Sometimes, though, it'll have a unique skill, which isn't any of those three, and that also has its own icon. Can I eat this without standing still? Okay, thank you. Thank you for letting me move during that. You have no idea how happy that makes me. Damn, that delayed attack. Okay, cool, thank you. I'm taking you out much better with this. I felt like I was hitting them with a stick in my main channel playthrough. Okay, I take it back. I take it back. I'll stop being cocky. I get it. This is Dark Souls. I can't do that. Right. Any good attacks to use Soul Greatsword on here? Because I'm not really seeing any. That's a... Never mind. This? Okay, yeah, that works. It's got the same defense as the one from the Dark Great Dungeon. I thought there would be some level scaling applied here. Like, this guy would be slightly more powerful than the one in High Wall, but maybe not. Maybe maybe the one in High Wall was scaled the same as this guy. Because that's a thing in this game, and in Dark Souls games in general, Sage's Coal. Does that unlock Crystal Infusions? Yes! Crystal Infusion! Oh man, I was worried I would have to wait until like very late in the game for that. Oh, thank God. Thank God I got that. Anyway, I have a bunch of things to talk about right now. The shields and then something else. Oh yeah. As you progress through a Dark Souls game, any of the games, the same enemies will start appearing with higher stats. It's very strange. I don't know how to feel about it personally. I feel like it's a little cheap to have the same enemy come back, but is just stronger for no reason. Like, it's the exact same enemy, beat for beat, attack for attack, but now it has more health and takes more damage, or does more damage. Like, okay. What exactly did that enemy do to earn that? Just exist in a later game area? And it also feels like your own leveling up and upgrading is for nothing. Hang on, am I supposed to be seeing that? I don't think I was. The tree loaded in there. Looks like a hole into nothingness. Okay, interesting. I saw an item back over here, so I wanted to go get it. Oh, this is slow water. I should equip those other daggers again, so I can use that. Anyway, yeah, that's just a thing to expect. Further you get in these games, the more health enemies have in general. Not just the new enemies, but the old enemies. I don't know why I'm hiccuping. Here it is! Oh my god, it was to the right of the beginning! I didn't get this in my main channel playthrough. Iron Flesh, a special pyromancy that... Nope, that's not what I wanted to... That's not what I wanted to do either. Come on, come on. There we go. It's a special pyromancy that significantly boosts your poise. I think prevents you from staggering to anything. It has a really cool icon, too. Look at that. Boosts absorption and resistances, but increases weight. Non-advisable for walking in marshlands, perhaps resulting in obsolescence in the Great Swamp. I can actually cast it, so I could do a little demonstration. Would like to... I guess I can rest at this bonfire. Yeah, no reason not to. Before I get onto the shield thing, I think it is important to bring up that if you are not in a hollow form, like I am right now, if you have not attained 15 hollowing by this point, and not gotten Yuria into the shrine, most crucially, you will be invaded at the start of Farron Keep if you're embered, because that's the only times invasions can happen. You will be invaded at the beginning by a character called the Londor Pale Shade. But because I am hollowed and not embered, I'm not being invaded by them. Just thought that was important to point out. Hi! Okay, these are new enemies. These are Grus. They're just Bloodborne enemies that got lost and found their way to this game, because, oh my god. The way they attack so, like, sporadically and quickly like that, this is just such a Bloodborne enemy. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if a lot of Dark Souls 3 enemies were cut Bloodborne enemies. Because you never know. Like, it's an enemy that they wanted to put into Bloodborne, but they didn't have the time, and then with Dark Souls 3, they did give themselves the time to finish them for that game. Or for this game, I guess. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me at all with how similar these games are, Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. But I want to talk about again, shields! Alright, finally going over this. Okay, so that circle icon is parry. You can see the scale is right here on this screen. So that's parry. This is shield bash. This is weapon skill. Basically, the shield doesn't do anything if you press left trigger. It'll use your weapons skill instead. And then I think, yeah, there's this, shield strike. This has a different scale from the others, and I think it uses that icon if it's not one of those three main shield skills. So, just a little fun fact I thought I would mention. Now, extinguish the flame. Just call me the firebender, the way I moved that fire from one location to another. I think I'm prepared to handle this linking the first flame business. Doesn't sound too bad. Oh yes. Now that I'm in this area, I think this would be a good time to start talking about the lore of the games. The Dark Souls series as a whole. To better understand it more, you know? And unlike my main channel playthrough, I won't be sitting still in one spot as I do it. I'll be actually doing fun stuff, so look forward to that. I'm gonna refuse to ember myself, because there is another NPC invader down here. Yellowfinger Hazel strikes back with revenge after I killed her in Road of Sacrifices. She does appear down here if you're embered. Anyway, to talk a little bit about the lore of these games. To go over the plot of Dark Souls 1, mostly that's the only real missing context that you need to know to understand this game's lore. Dark Souls 2 takes place in a very different world with its own thing going on. It too has really cool lore, but Dark Souls 3 barely ever brings it up, so yeah, no real need to know about that game's lore when talking about this game, but Dark Souls 1's lore is considerably more important, so let's talk about that. As I go to kill this guy who's trying to grab me. Oh no. That might be a death. Yeah, okay, that is a death, that's fine. So, in the beginning, before the world as we know it existed, there was this Age of Ancients, where it was basically a bunch of gray mist and dragons, and that was it. Those were the denizens of the world, or at least the highest power beings in the world, because I have no idea what the rest of the Age of Ancients was like. Apparently there had to have been other animals, other creatures, even humans around that time, but, you know, it barely ever mentions them at all when describing the Age of Ancients, so it's fine. Anyway, one day, there was fire, and fire created disparity. Basically telling the difference between heat and cold, life and death, and light and dark. I'm stealing some of these lines from Dark Souls 1's intro sequence, but hey, it's the perfect way to describe it. Then, this fire, which was later known as the First Flame, was so incredibly powerful that 4 notable beings found the souls of lords within the flame. Whatever that means, they found them, and they used their great power from those souls to take down the dragons. The 4 notable people were, let's see if I can remember. The Grave Lord Nito, just a big mass of skeletons surrounded by a dark aura. He looks pretty cool. But, you know, he's just a big skeleton. That's mainly his story. Then there was the Witch of Izalith, along with her Daughters of Chaos. They went on to be the creators of pyromancy. There was Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, who had become basically king of the realm for a long, long time. As well as his faithful knights, which are the Black Knights. We've fought one of them before in Road of Sacrifices. And finally, there was this little guy known as the Furtive Pygmy. Nobody remembers him, even though he was very, very important, and just nobody really cared. That's because the Furtive Pygmy discovered a special soul called the Dark Soul, and this Dark Soul... Jesus Christ, man, there's no need for the damage. This Dark Soul would be the creator of humanity. So every human in the Dark Souls world has... Oh god, sorry. One second. It's hard to focus when I'm being grabbed and having my neck snapped off by this guy. A little hard to focus, you know, when things like that are happening. Okay, I button mash and I think I'm okay now. So yes, the name Dark Souls basically means humans. Because every human has the power of the Dark Soul within them. This Dark Soul could actually grow to overtake the power of even Lord Gwyn. And because of this, Lord Gwyn was very scared of this power, so... At some point, once he and the others established the Kingdom of Lordran, which is the main setting of the first Dark Souls, at some point, Gwyn created the Dark Sign. I shouldn't be standing in poison right now, which is all the way down here. This thing burned into the flesh of every human is the Dark Sign, and what this does is it prevents the Dark Soul from reaching its true potential. In the process, though, this also opens the Undead Curse, which is what's causing every human to respawn after dying, to revive. And this has caused quite a bit of misery for basically everyone living in Lordran and living in this world, where basically death is not permanent, you just keep coming back to life, and over time, you start to kind of lose your mind through that process and become hollow. And that's what all the enemies we've been fighting, or a lot of the main small enemies we've been fighting are. Those guys are hollows. They are former humans who have lost their minds and turned into mindless killing machines after being killed so many times. Either that, or just having no faith in life anymore and just kind of losing all of their purpose for existing. Things like that, you know. Then, another important event, I believe the Dark Sign started to grow in power when the first flame started to die out, because, you know, it's a fire, and fires don't really last forever, not even the biggest wildfires, and the first flame was no different. So over time, it began to die out. And because the world as we know it right now is being sustained by the First Flame, First Flame dying out would mean that it would all go away. We would all be stranded in darkness with nothing going on. And yeah, we'd be in something known as the Age of Darkness. And Lord Gwyn was very, very scared of this happening. This is also what caused the Dark Soul to grow in power and what caused the Undead Curse. As the First Flame faded, the Dark Souls within all humans started to grow, and which activated the Dark Sign and caused the Undead Curse. That's some important context I forgot to mention. Anyway, what would happen eventually is, I believe the Witch of Izalith tried to recreate the First Flame in a panic, trying to basically restore life with a brand new First Flame. That plan, I guess you could say, backfired. We'll see more about that later, though. We haven't really seen the results of how that plan went, so for now I'll just leave it there. But yeah, anyway, it failed, and then all that was left was for Lord Gwyn to sacrifice himself to rekindle the First Flame, setting it alight once again, where it would then sustain the land for another few centuries, millennia, however long it takes. And then that all happened before the events of Dark Souls 1. The events of Dark Souls 1 take place when the First Flame began to die out again, a second time. And then it was up to you, some random chosen undead, you were known as in that game, from the Northern Undead Asylum to kill a bunch of big bosses, reclaim their power, and then use their power to rekindle the First Flame to sustain the world. And that's also exactly what we're doing in this game, because it is all happening again, just in a different cycle. Once Gwyn rekindled the First Flame, he came to be known as the Lord of Cinder. As you could tell by the fact that we are hunting people known as the Lords of Cinder, yeah, this whole linking the First Flame process has happened many, 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 many times between Dark Souls 1 and 3. And, in this game, we are an Unkindled. We are a person who tried to link the First Flame in a previous age, but we failed, and now we're being given another chance now that all Lords of Cinder available at the moment have refused, for whatever reason, to link the First Flame. In this age, I'm pretty sure, the next one who would link the First Flame, I can snuff this out, it's fine. I can talk over the cutscene. It's not illegal for me to or anything. In this age, the next person to link the First Flame would have been the Prince of this land, Lothric, or I suppose the next king. But he refused to do so for whatever reason. Possibly because it would involve sacrificing himself. Maybe he wants to stay alive, but I don't know exactly what his motivations are, but he decided not to. And so then, the Bell of Awakening, the mystical bell, probably someone rung it. There's probably someone ringing it. It's not really a living thing, I don't think. Awokened, yes, grammar. Awakened the Lords of Cinder so that they could do it. They all refused, so now it's up to us. And that's the basic setup of what we're doing here. We're trying to get to the end of the game, beat these big bosses, reclaim their power, and use their power to link the First Flame. We cannot just simply go relight the fire on our own. We have to have a lot of great power to do so. Though this game definitely takes a different tone with the whole kind of saving the world thing. We'll see more of this later. Another aspect of this game's lore compared to the first game is that it is, the world we're traveling through is actually like a big mishmash of all kinds of different lands from all over the world, the Dark Souls universe. Like, apparently over the many, many centuries, the lands have just moved together, and now here they are, bunched up. And that explains why this world looks as strange as it does. That also partially explains at least, where the high wall came from, which Lothric Castle now rests upon. I guess I'll do this. Oh no, I didn't realize there would be people down here. Might be an issue. Oh, okay, issues. Okay, issues. This guy's breathing poison gas, I don't like that. Oh, fuck you. No! Alright, yes, I'm gonna take these guys here. For some reason, the big guy earlier isn't chasing me all the way here. I'm okay with that, though. Probably should have had the Estus suit that's on this hill. Anyway, I hope that was a clear enough description of the lore. I definitely did a much better job explaining it on my main channel playthrough, because I wasn't trying to simultaneously play the game at the same time. Maybe it was for the best I was sitting still in one spot. But yeah, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to save the world, and we're trying to kill the Lords of Cinder in order to do so. So, aren't you glad you now know why you're doing this? You know, I say that, but I kind of like the fact that your objective is unclear in Dark Souls, especially in Dark Souls 1, because it does tie into the whole going hollow thing, where I think the going hollow thing isn't just an in-universe concept. I think it's honestly like a meta thing, where if you give up on the game, if you find this game too hard and you give up and stop playing, your character turns hollow. I'm pretty sure that's the idea. And I think that's really cool. I think that's definitely a well-executed concept, and I think that your objective, being as vague as it is one part of that. Because one of the ways you can turn hollow is if you're like, if you go, what am I even doing this for? Why am I fighting? And you basically give up right then and there because you're like, what's the point? This isn't getting me anywhere. If you do that, then of course you go hollow because you've just given up on your whole purpose, so your whole adventure. And I think that's really cool. That said, should your objective be that vague in Bloodborne? Should your objective be that vague in Elden Ring? In my opinion, no, but that's how they chose to do things, so I just have to kind of live with it. Okay, I honestly want to Ember. Get a full heal. Oh, that took a while. Thank goodness you weren't any closer than that. You spears! You spit! The sheer fact that spears can be used in conjunction with shields so that you can attack for free without having to worry about your own life at all, because you could just hold up a shield the whole time, makes me so angry at spear enemies. And that's the only reason why. These people over here, these are mushroom people. They were in Dark Souls 1 as enemies, yet not a single one of them appears alive in Dark Souls 3. They are all dead. And yet they're just left here in the middle of Farron Keep. Cool. I guess not cool, but cool. Alright, there's 3 guys over here. I think before I tackle fighting them... Oh man, there's a lot to do in this place. It's so overwhelming. Oh man, because those 3 guys over there drop special items. Honestly, I could just not bother with them. I don't find like collecting absolutely everything in Farron Keep to be all that fun, just because it's so big, it takes so long, you're constantly being poisoned. I don't know what these are. I don't think you can hit them. Can I cast? That's not right. Okay, well, if that didn't do anything, then a projectile sure as hell isn't. Up here, this is actually the bridge where we fought those 3 grooves before, and then I dropped off afterwards, but it may not have been the best idea to drop off, because right here's a bonfire. Gonna light that up, then I might make my way over there and fight those guys. Yeah, those 3. I want to say they're guarding an item, and if you kill all 3 of them, you get more items. So I would very much like to kill them, if I can. That's a question, though. You know, how am I in souls? Okay, I think I have enough to level. Yes. I'm gonna head back to Shrine, I'm gonna take a level up, and then I'm gonna see if I can do a crystal infusion with my Sage's Call. Oh yeah, and we're also gonna give the scroll I just picked up to Orbeck, because he wants them. Why did I say? That's not what I meant. I don't know, I just pressed the A button on instinct, thinking that that was the run button for some reason. I don't know. Don't ask. Like maybe Majora's Mask on the brain, but I haven't been playing that game recently, so I don't know. Very good question that you're asking. I don't know the answer. Alrighty. Well, let me turn in Sage's Call. What needs smithing this day? This coal.
Well. What's the undead legion doing with a coal such as this? I'd heard one of the crystal sages had sided with Farron's abyss watchers. I suppose it must be true. You should know. This coal is imbued with magic. First one I've ever seen. Hardly a surprise, is it? I've never been one for books or wise men.
Well, with that said, can you infuse my weapon? You. Okay, I just want to see, like, what the stats will be. So here it is. It'll become split, though I think 85 plus 85 is a lot larger than 128, so that's kind of nice. If the enemy's resistant against magic, it might not be. Dexterity would go down, but intelligence would go up, and that's currently what I'm leveling lots of. The magic guard absorption would go up, like that matters. The spin slash would change to spin slash. Were they trying to implement the ability to change skills in Dark Souls 3 and they never actually did it until Elden Ring? Because that would be kind of interesting if so. Alright, that doesn't look awful. I do have Shriving Stones in case they change my mind and I want the original one back. So... yeah, well, I think when I get that many souls, I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna see how it goes. In the meantime, though, I can't do that. Let me give you an Estus Shard. And then I'm going to allot a third into my Ashen Flask. I could talk to him, but he'll just give kind of tutorials on how upgrading weapons, infusing weapons, upgrading Estus Flask and stuff, all of that. We don't need to hear it, since we've seen most of those for ourselves already. Here's the Sage's Scroll. I should probably read its description before I give it, just in case there's something cool in there. Sorcery's Talent, okay. That wasn't very interesting after all.
This is stupendous. And the undead legion of Farron possesses sorceries quite unknown. Thank you for upholding your end of the bargain. I doubt I ever would have made this discovery alone. Now, let us unravel the thing, so you may put these new sorceries to use.
I love when this happens, when the game can't decide where to place your foot. It's like, but bouncing up and down. Let me just reposition myself. There we go. It's very funny when that happens. So that unlocks some sorceries from Crystal Sages. I want to say this is one of them. Certainly seems... oh, Soul Darts. That might be more useful than the Crystal Sage Hail. There's also Great Farron Dart. I believe that's another one. Then there's this, Pestilent Mist. I've heard this one's good. Especially on a certain much later fight that we won't be getting to for probably another week at least, because it slowly eats away HP. Does it also... the caster's not immune to that effect. Yeah, that's what I thought. So you do have to be careful using this, but I do hear this one's pretty good. He unlocks this one if you give him any scroll at all. It doesn't have to be Sage's Scroll, it could be any, as I just said. Magic Weapon... I don't have that. It's a very basic sorcery, and I don't... wait, do I have that? I think didn't I buy it from someone else? No, I didn't. Okay, yeah, I just don't have that. Oh yeah, I kind of wanted to try, Soul Dregs, or whatever that dark projectile is. I also kind of wanted to show something off, so let me freaking make up my mind on what I want to do next. Alright, Attune Spell. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to briefly switch on... you. Seek Guidance. So Seek Guidance... is a miracle. For that I need a talisman. I shall equip a talisman. 0.5. Yeah, I was gonna say, talismans better not be that heavy or else. So what Seek Guidance can do, as I mentioned, it can unlock hidden developer messages. The messages like the tutorial ones out in Cemetery of Ash. But these ones are hidden and can only be revealed with this sorcery. And one of them is right over here. To soothe the Dark Sigil, pillage the Firekeeper's grave. That's right, I almost forgot I can do that. So that's actually a hint at how to deal with the hollow form that comes from these guys. Speaking of you... you also have the save. Oh, but you're selling it for more money. Okay, I'm less interested in that now. The thing I'm most interested from you is the Dark Hand, but unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going to be able to buy it before I run out of souls, so sorry about that. Sorry about that. I want to check Shrine Handmaid's shop real quick, because I think she also, has something important involving that message we just saw. Yes, this key for 20,000 souls. Okay, I guess I'll just have to go a while without leveling up. Fine with me, you know? I guess. Do you have anything new to say now that we've progressed? No. Okay. One last thing before we head back. This guy has reappeared now that we've gotten the red eye orb successfully.
Ah, you found a proper red eye. Brilliant. I knew you were a dangerous woman.
Applause.
Now invade and pillage all you like.
Joke's on you. I'm offline. Can't do that.
You too may become a finger.
I'd rather not.
Come on. Give yourself to Rosaria. of the Cathedral of the Deep.
Now, why would I want to become a finger when I already have 10? If I became a finger, then I'd only have 1. What's the point of that? Alright. He's encouraging you to join Rosaria because he's actually affiliated with them. I'm gonna deny the request because I don't want to do the request, you know? You know what that means? Alright, here we are again. I have remembered that there is a lot of areas in this swamp I have not been to yet, but first things first. One thing at a time. Never mind, I guess we're not going that way then. No, you can't walk over these rocks. You actually can't. Well, that's surprising. Leave that in there as an undead bone shard. I love how I'm just spoiling the items now before we pick them up. I don't want to cast Seek Guidance at him. That would have been bad. Alright, let me get that back out and my staff back out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now you guys, I would like to take you all on one at a time. I forgot to re-equip the projectile. Hopefully it won't matter because I do have this, the kukri. Throw it at one of you. Haha! Oh, that did a lot of damage to you right off the bat. So these guys are huge, but they're not that tanky from what I remember. And their attacks are pretty easy to dodge once you get them down. And they do send those at you, which are a little complication, but otherwise, they're not that bad. I say that, and then they blow me up. Okay, cool. Go up. Okay. All those hit me, yet nothing. I've got a bunch of glowing red spots in my back now, but it's okay. I'm still alive, and that's all that matters. Uh-oh. Oh, that guy, that one hit the wall, and he was like, what was that? As his friend goes to fight. Thank goodness none of you chain pull. And yes, I am aware I'm being poisoned this entire time. I'm okay with that. Oh, he's gonna explode. He's gonna explode. Yep, okay. Oh. Maybe I'm not okay with that. Okay, maybe I wasn't okay with being poisoned there because, wow. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I just got hit. Do I even care? Do I want to kill these guys? Do I care? They have an item in the middle of them. That's like the most important thing for me. You can get a special bow and a hat from them, and the hat looks decent. Do I care? Because I don't know if I do. I might just grab the item in between them and run off. We'll have time to come back for them later. Because there are a bunch of areas later on in the game that are a lot shorter than the ones at the start of the game. So, we'll just do it one of those times. We'll be over-leveled for them, but it'll be fun that way, you know? Alright, I don't even care if y'all kill me. Just let me grab this. Thanks for this poison gem. Alright, cool. See you guys next week. And that might actually be when I come back to fight them. You never know. Alright, come on now. Let me just go away. If I can find a place to hide, I could homeward bone. But I am going to be on the lookout for items as I do this. Okay, there's an item there. Oh, no, I can't go there right now. Actually, I think I totally could. I just don't want to. Because I'm scared. Okay, so you can see, as you can see, that's the big door that's been, that we've been lighting up the candles outside of. So that's what is going to open once we get the 3 flames. We have 1 more flame to go. And it's somewhere here. We're going to have to find the way to that, but there's also a bunch of other optional corners of this place because holy crap, this place is big. Alright. I also have to say, this place is not very interesting, especially visually. Like, it is a muddy brown mess. I don't think I have seen a... I don't think I've seen a more boring-looking area in a fantasy game, honestly. Like, this place is just... brown, tree, brown... Oh, bright orange, I guess. It's just... honestly, that... I might not even be lying with that when I say that this is the least interesting area I've seen in a fantasy game. Or fantasy anything. It's so boring looking. Anyway. Like, Darkroot Garden in Dark Souls 1 looked so cool! Okay. Maybe I actually need to focus and pay attention versus the slimes. Or not. The slugs. I'm so inconsistent when it comes to naming these stupid enemies. Alrighty. Hiya, hiya, cool. So I saw a glint this way. Ah, yes, the area with the crab and the tree. I'm gonna be heading there next. Got a good view of that corpse in the foreground just then. Hi. There's two. Alright, that's not bad. Because they die in 2 hits. It's not bad. Oh, hi, crab. So, this crab... This is an area where the giant can shoot arrows down at you, and you can have the giant shoot this crab if the crab's over there while the giant's shooting. Unfortunately, for me, that doesn't seem to be happening. Heal before the crab kills me. I should probably charge attack there instead of whatever I'm doing. There we go. Maximize damage. Okay, the charge attack of the twin blades... Or the strong attack. Not my favorite thing. Definitely not that interesting. Whoa, they rarely do that. What about the charge? 60? Aren't I doing... Okay, no, I'm doing 38 with that. I guess it's better, but still, it's like, it's not very much better. There we go. Lingering Dragon Crest Ring. What does that do again? That might help. Extends length of spell effect. Well, I have no, like... timed duration spells. Except for that one, I guess. But I never think to use that one. I always use it accidentally. Trying to freaking dash around in this deep water. Gold Pine Bundle. Okay, that ain't bad. Ember. Okay. I don't really want to put that on because I know Yellowfinger Hazel's still down here. I don't really feel like being invaded by her, honestly. Crown of Dusk. That increases sorcery damage at the cost of physical defense, physical damage absorption. Still could be useful, though. I mean, I haven't seen damage absorption really affect that much in this game, so I might go with it. Might also go rest at the bonfire, now that I'm here. Then we'll take a little break from the muddy brown emptiness and go somewhere a lot more interesting than that. And then we'll continue through the muddy brown emptiness, because... that's just what this area is. I promise this game's visuals get a lot better looking after this point. It's just right now, they kind of suck. And honestly, I could say that about more aspects. Playing through it again, I think my least favorite part of Dark Souls 3 is the early game, funnily enough. Which, like, is weird, because some of these areas are really good, but I feel like they're all so long... somewhat tedious to replay through, and because you have no options on which order to tackle them, you have to go through them in a linear order. You know, you can't really do it that differently every playthrough. There isn't that much variety. It's because this is the most linear Soulsborne game of them all. Can't do anything with that. Yeah, let me use the weapons I can actually deal damage with. Takes a long time to get yourself built up well in this game, and so yeah, I think the early game might honestly be the weakest part. And, as much as I was defending Deacons of the Deep last time, and as much as I was defending easier, quote-unquote, gimmick bosses, as people call them, in these games, I still will defend them. I think they are good for the game. They're good for the variety. That said, Dark Souls 3 does certainly cluster a bunch of those types of battles together, and it makes you get kind of bored of them. At a certain point, you are kind of wishing for the straightforward, challenging duel type battle, which we are about to get, so no worries. That's just the noises I imagine them making. Okay, cool. But yes, because you start with 2 really good bosses with Udex Gundyr and Vorch of the Boreal Valley, but then it's Curse Rod at Greatwood, Crystal Sage, Deacons of the Deep in a row. Yeah, not the most exciting list of bosses there. Crystal Sage is at least somewhat of a duel, and it is still challenging, but it's the annoying kind of challenging, not really the fun kind of challenging, so... I think that, plus the huge bloated length of the areas, all of the weird little mistakes in the environment that look like the game was rushed, which it might have been. I mean, I don't know when development on this game started. Could have been right after Bloodborne, could have been a little before Bloodborne released. I don't really know. But, there's a little... empty tower over there. But yeah, like, as cool as these areas are visually, I like how they fit together well. Like, we can look back, there's Undead Settlement, there's Cathedral of the Deep we just came from, up there's the Road of Sacrifices area. We can look ahead somewhat. I mean, there's huge walls in the way, but trust me, it's somewhat there. Ah, yes, okay, this is actually another Covenant site. But yeah, I think I consider this early game to be the weakest part of the game overall, coming back to it. It's fine on a first playthrough, but, you know, for a replay, it just takes a long time to get through. Watchdogs of Farron. I've obtained proof of the Covenant. So the Watchdogs of Farron. They're a Covenant who invades people, but they are a territorial kind of invader, where they invade people who are specifically going through Farron Keep / Road of Sacrifices. Basically, if you sign yourself to the Covenant and you are playing online, you will be automatically summoned to fight a host who is currently traveling through this area. And then if you if you defeat them, you get a reward which you can turn into that wolf. Pretty cool. Since I don't think I mentioned it, the Rosaria's Fingers Covenant is just a generic invade covenant. In fact, I'm pretty sure a Pale Tongue is the default reward you get from anyone, even if you're not part of the Covenant. You will always get Pale Tongues. I could be wrong about that, though. Don't take that as a fact. This right here, first illusory wall of the game. The questions. Do I break my no editing rule to add in the illusory wall sound effect at each of those? I'm probably going to forget one somewhere, but I think I'll do it, because why the hell not? It's fun. And you know, as long as I remember, hey, I hit an illusory wall at this point, and I do tend to remember stuff like that weirdly. Oh, actually, the Dream Chasers the Dream Chasers Assers, yes, are very important for something, so I want to go turn them in right now. And then we'll go up that elevator right afterwards. Do not worry. This will not be a huge detour. Oh my god, I have like no souls. How am I going to afford anything? Oh. I've completely skipped over that. She said it was Woeful Ash and is asking us where we found it. I'm gonna say it's here.
Oh, yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Probably, yeah. Oh, Hidden Blessings. That's new. That restores all FP, for drinking it. Temporarily boosts dark damage absorption. That's new. I think these are new, I want to say. This is new. The Rotten Pine Resin adds poison to right-hand weapon. That's what that does. It's like, it's the charcoal pine resin, but it's poison instead. Exile set. Ah, that's what those guys fighting us before were wearing. We got this for defeating Crystal Sage. This probably came from Dream Chaser's ashes. Looks really cool, the leather armor, and it was also gotten from the forest in Dark Souls 1, so that makes sense. And then this right here, the Life Ring. This is what I started with as my burial gift on my main channel playthrough, but it has taken me this long to actually acquire it in this playthrough. I got 3,000 left. I'm gonna go buy the magic weapon spell. Sorry, leather armor, you're really cool looking. I will wear you, but you're gonna have to wait a bit. Yeah. That's that. Let's go buy the spell, then we'll get right back on track. No dallying. Perfect timing. I'm in need of a diversion. He actually said something different this time. Cool.
Come again.
Let me actually remember to change out my goddamn spells this time. And at some point, I gotta level mine so I can get a third attunement slot. It feels so limiting only having 2. Because I just bought Magic Weapon, but like, am I actually gonna use Magic Weapon? I might not remember to. Maybe I could use it instead of... No, but the Farron Greatsword is really cool. I don't know, it's hard to say. Gonna rest, attune spell. Ooh, okay, so I can use this. Costs a lot of FP, but it'll probably pack a punch. Yeah, let's try that. Let's try Great Heavy Soul Arrow. Might be fun. And then hopefully someday I'll be able to use more spells. Yeah, this is what I mean. It takes so long to get built up in this game. Compared to others, like, you know, in Elden Ring, when you start the game, you can go basically anywhere in the entire planet to build yourself up as much as you want before doing anything major. And I think that's cool. And I think, honestly, the same goes for Dark Souls 1, though it's on a much more confined scale. I like how this elevator turned bright partway through that climb up because it was adjusting to the lighting of this area. And I guess they just didn't figure out a way to have that be more smooth before development ended. That makes enough sense. Hi, son. I actually didn't notice you were over there. It looks like it's over here as well with how the water looks, but no, it's actually over there. Interesting. Hello there! You are a stray demon, same enemy as the Asylum demon from Dark Souls 1, as well as the Erdtree avatars in Elden Ring. Though, you have an altered moveset, which I think is important to point out. Let me try Great Heavy Soul Arrow on thee. That takes forever to cast. Okay, but it does 212. Okay, that's dangerous. Now, how about this? Okay, that doesn't do very much, as I expected. You're weakest to magic because you're, like, made of stone, and stone things tend to be weak to magic. It's like, you know, the Earth thought it was the strongest force, but then it met magic, and it was like, it was so dumbfounded by what it was dealing with that it just takes a bunch of damage, you know? That's how it works. That's how the logic works in my head. I'm fine. I believe that's like a boulder spit spell you can get. Probably for beating him, if I had to guess. 169, very nice damage. I wasn't even looking at the screen for that one, honestly, for that dodge. I just kind of guessed at the timing, and I was right. I'm continuing to be right. I'm actually, like, struggling in his hands as I spam the buttons. Not that it matters, because I died. Okay. So yeah, my button mashing didn't really matter there. Sometimes grab attacks are like that. The grab attacks just do so much damage, they're gonna kill you no matter what. It's very annoying. Especially when that guy is so easy and I could have easily dodged that, and now I have to wait for the elevator to come back down. Alright, let me just take a load off real quick. Oh, I should have toasted. That'd have been more fun. Now this is fine too. Drinking. Alright, let me get up. Slowly but surely, get up. And here we go. Now let me wait. What can I say, man? When I'm not editing these videos, sometimes I'll just have to go through a run back without having anything interesting to say. Okay, I'll send the elevator down. Got it. I didn't think I would need to for this area. This area's not that hard, but lo and behold, here we go, dying to this guy. To be fair, his moveset is very different from what I'm used to with the Erdtree avatars in Elden Ring. So I was kind of expecting him to be more like them when he wasn't. Which I think the Erdtree avatars are closer to Dark Souls 1 Stray Demon than... That worked, that worked, I broke out. Okay, so yeah. I think that is the case for most grab attacks in this game. If you spam the buttons, you will actually break out of them faster. It's just there are so many attacks where that doesn't seem to do anything. I think here, though, you can actually see me struggling in his hand. That's cool. Avoided it this time. He's never done that grab attack for me before. I didn't even know he had it. Because the Erdtree avatar sure didn't. Okay, that's that. I get this. Thank you for swinging that over me. I'm gonna avoid potential grab. Okay, here we go. Taking him out with this, exclusively this spell, just because it's doing the most damage. Oh! Waited for that. Tried not to get impatient and heal sooner than I could. Oh, fuck. That was close. Boom! That felt good. Take it. That sound effect right there. Most beautiful thing in this game. And it is the most underused thing in this game as well. A lot of giant enemies make that sound as they're disappearing, but in my opinion, not enough giant enemies make that sound as they're disappearing. If every boss made that sound when you beat it, oh my god, this game would be the most satisfying thing in the world. I love that sound so much. I cannot express just how much I love it. So yeah, this is the end of the bridge, and if we read that thing's soul's description, this demon was actually working as the guard for Lothric. It was the gatekeeper. So Lothric found a use for demons. Pretty cool. Because, I mean, in Dark Souls 1, all the demons were just enemies you'd have to kill. They were seen as nothing but bad things. But they... In this one, though, this guy actually had, like, a job, a career. It's kind of neat. Okay, this is where we want to go next. Drop down. Droppeth downeth. Hurt my ankles a little bit on the way, it's fine. Oh man, imagine stepping over this with the outfit I have on right now. Jesus. it would get torn to shreds. Okay. This place kind of reminds me of that one Magic Treehouse book about the earthquake in San Francisco way back in the day. Like a particularly bad one that caused ash in the air and like... Or no, I don't think it caused ash in the air. It's just... I'm sad. It's okay. I think it just dropped, like, a large Titanite shard. Which I have one of. Okay, I was about to say, which I don't have any of. Here are those 2 items we saw back from Undead Settlement, where we can finally pick them up. The Undead Settlement side of the bridge looks a lot closer than it should be, I think. I don't think it's supposed to be that close looking. Nice. Okay. Thank you, Dragonfoot. Anyway, yeah, I think the other one also drops a large Titanite shard. Anyway, this reminds me of the Magic Treehouse book about that one earthquake in San Francisco. It's, very cool. I remember loving those books, and I remember my older siblings wanting me to stop reading them because they're too low of a reading level for you. And I was like, but I like them. Can I keep reading them, please? And they were like, nah. We're your older siblings, and we're the boss of what you do. That's what my older siblings were like when I was younger. Thankfully, they've grown out of that. If you're watching this, older siblings, very sorry. Just, you know. Oh no. Sorry, you didn't hear that? You didn't hear the cry of alarm? Okay, I need to focus. I need to step the fuck up, Kyle. Oh god. Need to lock in. I don't have FP. I think that's a way I can kind of get around their shields. Yeah, kind of. It blows them aside at least. Does a lot of damage in the process because their shields aren't great at blocking damage. Unless that's the whole point of wooden shields, is that they are, in which case, haha, you guys are terrible. Get better shields, idiots. So yeah, somehow every other enemy except this guy and that guy heard the scream from that Lantern Hollow. I'm not sure that Lantern Hollow really did its job. Or well, not sure everyone listened to the Lantern Hollow effectively. Lantern Hollow did fine. It was the others who didn't do it. Yeah, I don't think this pilgrim has the right lighting attached because the game's expecting it to be in the lighting when it's in the shadow. Don't make me tap the sign. Literally no one is making me tap the sign. I don't... I choose to tap the sign every single time. Okay, yeah, okay, sure. How come you get to get your stupid heals off all the time? Maybe it's because of the stamina. Maybe the stamina just makes such a big difference, like... Whenever an enemy's starting to heal, I'm always low on stamina, and so I never have enough to get back in and punish it. But, like, enemies can punish your heals all the time, yet you can't punish theirs. Almost ever. It's so annoying. I say that, but there was that one NPC earlier this video who I absolutely punished his heal. Ignore that. Ignore that evidence against my own argument. Okay, so if you turn in the Dream Chaser's ashes to the Shrine Handmaid, next time you go out of Firelink Shrine and come back, Cirrus returns and she has something excellent. I'm pretty sure has something excellent for us here. Maybe?
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I too am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. I hear that cordial intrusion lays the path to embers. If I can be of help, by all means, do call upon me. Blessing of the moon upon your journey.
So this means you can now summon her for certain boss fights, including the next one we're right about to do. She does not give the thing I was thinking of. That's actually something later, but I got confused once again. You have something new to say? Okay. Because the trigger for her appearing here and saying that to you is bound to the Dream Chaser's ashes, I have a feeling that whoever's ashes those were knew her. I didn't read the item description for it this time. I did in my first, my main channel playthrough. So I can't remember if the item description has something special to say about that. Like maybe it does allude to a connection between it and Cirrus, but yeah, not really sure. That is her name, by the way, Cirrus. Did she say her name ever? Not really sure. If I ever decide to change to a strength build, I would love to use something called the Bastard Sword, so I'm gonna buy that and leave. I know, it's boring around here, whatever. You'll get used to it. Life's boring nowadays when the undead curse is afoot. Alright, I want to go back here. We still have one more flame to get, one more corner of the Farron Keep to search. Then we will be ready for the end. Look very forward to that indeed. I'm looking forward to it. I am very, very much looking forward to the end of this place. Not only does it mean we get to move on to something a lot more interesting, but we got a fun battle coming up, so I'm very excited for that. Unfortunately, though, we got more poison to trudge through before we can get there. Yeah, this side of the swamp has a whole subset of a new enemy we haven't seen yet. I keep doing that shit. How hard is it to remember to press the Y button? Alright, dash this way. This looks like a big important item. Okay, yep, it sure is. Sneak 100. Oh, he's gonna see me. 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 Meh. Ah, they caught my foot. This way. Alright, switch back to this so I can attack. Oh, he's not after me. Okay, never mind. False alarm. So, part of the reason why I brought up the lore in these games is because these tablets the flames are on, they actually depict a symbol above them, and the symbol is different for each one. It actually depicts the 3 of the 4 lords you would have to defeat in Dark Souls 1 to beat that game. These guys right here are the 4 kings. I think the one we did just before this, a long time ago now, was for the Bed of Chaos, and the last one was for Gravelord Nito. Pretty cool. If you're wondering what the Bed of Chaos and the 4 kings have to do with anything, I'm pretty sure a Lord's Soul was given to the 4 kings by Gwyn. That's probably the lore with that. And the Bed of Chaos, we'll get to that. I kind of wish Dark Souls games had an equivalent to that whole thing. That'd be so funny. Be a little unfitting, I guess, though. Alright, oh no, it's one of you. You're one of the big grabby type grooves, aren't you? Can I Soul Greatsword you from the back? Before you do anything? No, because you're scripted to see me! Fuck you! That, or I may have pushed the analog stick a little too far. Just look at that stupid kick attack! How high does he jump with that? It's ridiculous! Does he have like one eye? Is that an eye or a mouth on his head there? No, we're not doing this. Oh my god. I hate when enemies hang on with a blip of health. Oh, I'm not dead yet. Oh, look at me. I'm still alive. Still kicking. In this guy's case, literally, because that's his main attack, is kicking you. What is this? A little grave or something? What is hanging off of it? What is it? Whatever it is, it's indestructible. Down here, in this little corner of Farron Keep, we come face to face with infamy. So, nameless soldier, cool. I believe this is also the last set of items we need to get in this place before we are ready to move on. Not counting the big elder grooves is what those tall guys are called, by the way, in the corner over there. Yeah, these guys are basilisks. They do not deal any damage to you directly, but they do spew curse breath. And as I've been over in a previous video, being afflicted with curse will kill you. So yeah, they basically damage you in a secondary health bar. These guys are infamous mainly for their appearance in Dark Souls 1, where being cursed was the worst thing ever, and no one liked it, and it was for good reason. It basically halved your health bar, and the only way to heal it was to use a rare item or to find an NPC in the middle of a dangerous area that was intended for the mid to late game in order to have them heal it for you. And yeah, though basilisks are nowhere near as bad in this game. The curse only kills you, it doesn't do anything more than that, and you have quite a lot of curse resistance from basically anything. But yeah, as you can see that curse meter, though it is filling up fast, it's not filling up as fast as the Dark Souls 1 one would, where the Dark Souls 1 status effect resistances were a lot lower than the later. Okay. Sure. Yeah, so the Dark Souls 1 curse meter was a lot smaller than that, so it was much easier to get cursed. However, in this game, look at all that room you have. You have so much room before you get cursed in this game. And yet, for some reason, people still hate the basilisks all the same, and they still hate curse all the same. I don't get it. Yes, in Dark Souls 1, I get it. They sucked in that game, but in Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, people still hate them, and I don't know why. Is it just Dark Souls 1 memories coming back, or do people really hate a status effect that kills you that much? I don't think that's that bad. Just treat it as a secondary health bar, and then it's basically no different from fighting a normal enemy. And then just stay out of the breath, because it's not that hard to stay out of the breath. Especially when the areas in this game have opened up so much since Dark Souls 1, where Dark Souls 1 had so many cramped little claustrophobic areas. In future Dark Souls games, these areas are a lot more open, so it's way easier to dodge the breath. It's... In Dark Souls 1, they're a nightmare. In this game, they're fine. I'd even go as far as to say they're easy. Unless you're just not paying attention, you should beat them with little to no issue. That's just my opinion, though. Alright, let me just... Right, so I think that's everything I wanted to collect in this place for right now. I've yet to use the undead bone shard, but that's fine. So let's go down the final pathway. It's the final countdown. Just seeing if there's anything over here. It doesn't appear to be. Alright, cool. So one funny thing about this area is we have more of these gray feathery guys that I despise. But if you come up and kill their leader first thing... Trying! Okay, got a plunge attack on him. Yeah, these guys are nice to you, unless you either attack them, or unless that big guy can get his scream out. They pay you no mind at all, as long as you can kill the big guy first. It's pretty cool, and I prefer to do it, definitely, because it means I don't have to fight them at all. Awesome. Alright, did you drop anything, or an item up here? I'm on the hunt for these things. I'm on the hunt for white orbs. I must know what these are. Honestly, having items be these, like, glowing white spots is pretty decent game design, because it constantly compels you to go over and pick them up. It's definitely very enticing, because, like, you want to know, what's that item? It's not just some white dot. What is it? And so you're compelled to go over and pick it up, and thus you're compelled to explore. Pretty cool. This is an area where Dark Wraiths are fighting grooves. In all honesty, I don't really want to get involved. Unless I end up getting involved forcibly. I believe there are a total of 3 Dark Wraiths in this final path, and fighting 1 Dark Wraith is hard enough. Imagine fighting fucking 3 of them at the same time. No thanks. I believe the pots in here... Yeah. Early game areas are the most rushed. I'm getting my character all cut up. Would be funny if that actually hurt you, like walking over shards of broken glass. That would actually be funny in any game where you're able to take shoes off. What if doing that and walking through areas like this would actually hurt you? That'd be funny. To me only and no one else. There we go. Charge up and boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Ah, we got an adult crystal lizard over here. It's a mutant crystal lizard. I know. I'm just having fun. Saying the wrong name. Oh, you're extremely resistant to magic. Makes sense. You're made of crystal, and crystal's kind of a magical sub... Got corner. Alright. Awesome. That's crystal shockwave. I sure hope my damage numbers actually increase by the end of this series and I'm not just constantly doing 20 damage to everything I face. That would be nice. I mean, I hear that with a raw infusion, weapons get really strong in this game, so maybe I should do that instead of crystal infusion. I want to try a crystal infusion, and if it doesn't look so fun, then I'll go with raw. And either way, my damage will be upgraded, so... Great magic weapon. I just bought the magic weapon and then I got the better version for free. Well, the better version definitely costs more FP. How much more? Yeah, 10 more. Greatly reinforced. What does that mean? What, for longer? With more magic damage? That takes you back to Road of Sacrifices. We have no reason to revisit Road of Sacrifices though, so back we go. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. The whole greatly reinforces weapon. Oh, right, there's actually an item you can get here. And I did just get some homeward bones, so I can use those. Drop here, nothing, okay, there's 2 items you can get here. I think one of them's a spell. Yep, there it is, Atonement. That seems to be a dark spell. Hollow Gem. What does Atonement do again? Does not fire a soul arrow. Perfect. Very useful, thanks. I'm not gonna go back to the shrine. We're so close to the end, I don't feel like taking another break. So one important thing to know, now that I'm thinking about it, one important thing to know about Cirrus, who we just met in the shrine. She will remain allied to you unless you turn in a pale tongue to Rosaria in the Cathedral of the Deep. She is vehemently opposed against Rosaria, and so if you do that, she will stop being your friend. And if you do that at this point in the game, you miss out on the very nice special item you can get from her later on that's really useful. That's kind of cool. One of the few honest consequences of your actions this game has. Down you go. 420! Blaze it! Why are you suspended like that? Your foot got lodged into the wall there? Why do your feet look like hooves as well? Uh-oh, Dark Wraiths are right there. I think I want to lure this guy away. I really don't want to fight the Dark Wraiths as much as I can, so I may as well say there are NPC summons available here. And I suppose I could spawn them in for the... For the battling the Dark Wraiths. That might actually be fun. I might want to do that. There are NPC summons available here. One of them is always here. Another one is Cirrus, who we just unlocked. I think you can also summon Horus and Anre, I want to say. Similar to how you could summon them for Deacons of the Deep. But I could be wrong about that. In fact, now that I'm remembering, I might actually be wrong about that. But there's one for a guy named Blackhand Gothard, who you don't know, but he helps you sometimes. And then there's one for Cirrus, if you've talked to her in the shrine like I have. And there's actually another one you can get if you are a Rosaria's Fingers, if you've turned in a Pale Tongue to her. There is another one you can get. You can actually summon Yellowfinger Hazel as a companion instead of as an adversary. Which goes to show Yellowfinger Hazel is actually affiliated with Rosaria's Fingers. Pretty cool. That little detail. Okay, pick you up. Where are the Dark Wraiths? Like, I want to scan this whole area for items. How am I gonna Estus? Alright, that's fine. 4 should be fine for what I want to do. There's another Gru. He's gonna attack me no matter if I want him to or not, so whatever. There we go. I have to say, not really a big fan of the Grus. They got some stupid attacks, I feel. Oh, there's a Dark Wraith right there. Okay, that's gonna be interesting, trying to get in the door. Well, maybe I can fight him on his own. Maybe that would be fine. I would be entering the battle with less HP, but whatever. Let me get him with a nice, great, heavy soul arrow. Try to get another one. Oh my god, that can block. That can totally block magic absorption. I didn't even know that was possible. I thought it was just physical absorption that you could block all of with shields. Physical damage, I mean. Oh my god, okay. Okay. I want you to do an attack. Feel much better if you do an attack first. I'd much rather you be the initiator. That's me with anything, honestly, with social interactions. I never initiate things. Almost never. Sometimes I do. There's a lone Gru standing alive. Did he kill the other Dark Wraiths? We also have a battle going on in those doors, apparently. That'll be interesting to see. Once we enter. Okay, nothing. No items over here, just a Gru. I'm not interested in fighting you, so I'm just gonna head on towards the big double doors. We're gonna enter them. And then we're gonna start the first proper duel of the game. I'm excited for this. Especially because I do kind of badly on this boss most of the time. I want to do better this time. Hopefully. Here we go, the first Lord of Cinder, the Abyss Watchers. They appear to be locked in an endless battle with themselves. And this is incorporated into the battle, so we start off with just one attacking. But as time passes, oh my god, he has very little health. As time passes, more will come to life and they'll join them. Yeah, you can see that one's rising over there. I think at first, the first one that rises is also after you, but eventually one will spawn in that starts attacking, that starts friendly firing on them, fighting amongst their own, you know, that kind of thing. I'm dead already. Okay, cool, yeah. That's usually how this battle tends to go for me. I'm not that good at it. Yeah, there's a third one, and now they're fighting each other, so yeah. First one spawns in, attacks you, second one spawns in, attacks them. This is a really cool fight, and I do like the lore with them a lot because the Abyss Watchers, as we kind of heard from Hawkwood, they would bury a kingdom at the first sign of exposure to this mysterious force or disease known as the Abyss. Yet it appears they have caught the Abyss themselves. And so now they endlessly kill each other because they have it. And they're sworn to this duty of eradicating the Abyss. Yet, due to the undead curse or some other kind of force, they never stop respawning. So yeah, they're just constantly fighting each other, and it is this reason why they refuse to link the first flame. I kind of want to avoid killing this guy too quickly because I want to get better at his moveset. Oh my god. They're very fast at attacking you. Oh god. Okay. Oh, okay, cool. That should be it. And then when a second one comes in, it just kind of sucks. There's the second one. Seem to spawn in the same places every time. Whoa, 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 whoa. Go, cool, cool. I'm staying away until a third one shows up to get them distracted. Only that Abyss Watcher is the real one with the big health bar. This guy has its own health bar, and so does every other Abyss Watcher that spawns in. You can kill them, but it won't deal any damage to the main boss. Okay. So now they're having a little duel off screen. I can focus this guy. Oh, almost. Oh, wait, that did count. Okay, never mind. Okay, the main guy's dealt with his foe, now he's back onto me. I'm so bad at them. Their sword even explodes afterwards. That's a little ridiculous, don't you think? Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Whoop. Getting them down now. You can just kind of walk away from that. Oh, okay, yeah. I really like this battle. It's a very chaotic setup here. Them just fighting each other while you're fighting them. Oh, God. Ooh, okay. It's a little tough for the first, like, duel with a similarly sized character battle in this game. But because of this whole gimmick and the lack of health, it's a great way to ease you into it without really being too hard just yet. Oh, God. Okay. The big guy's low, and I want to get him. Okay, staggered. Went for my chance. And there we go. Big guy dead. All of them die simultaneously. Thanks, car outside. Can you not? Oh, shut. It's a motorcycle. Fuck off. There's a cutscene happening, motorcycle. Sorry, that was me taking my drink. 2 interruptions to that awesome cutscene. I guess it's not awesome per se, but you know. Here begins a phase 2. Whole new health bar. Only this time we're only fighting one. But the attacks have a fiery after effect. And they're crazier than ever. Okay. The enemies are dying outside. That can give you bonus Estus. I hope that doesn't happen. So I would rather just fight this guy on my own. I don't need the bonus flasks. Maybe I do. I rolled into the one spot of fire there was. You can't be mad. I wish I had the imagination to make that up. He left one thing of fire, and I just so happened to be rolling right towards it. That's just my luck. Alright, back we go. At least the run back isn't bad, especially if you take the side path. Then you won't catch the attention of the Dark Wraiths. Won't be that bad. I'll catch the attention of a Gru, but what do you care what the Grus think of you? Oh, okay, maybe the Grus are throwing rotten tomatoes at me. Alright. I guess my show was bad. I know, I did a bad job that last attempt, Grus. You don't have to rub it in with your rotten tomatoes. Here we go again. I'm happy about this, though. I'd like to go get my souls pretty soon, but I'll let you... I'll get some hits on you first. This battle definitely goes quick if you play somewhat aggressively. Thing is, I'm not good enough at their attacks to play aggressively, so yeah. This is how this battle goes for me. Like, sometimes I stomp them and win perfectly, and sometimes they stomp me and win perfectly. It's never any in between. I always end up killing this boss really quick, because they end up having so little health, and then I just get a lucky run and win. After they wipe the floor with me on the first 2 attempts. Okay, that one's got red eyes. I think the ones with red eyes attack their own. Yeah, looks like it. Do that grab attack, that drag attack there, I mean. Alright, we can just sit back and watch them duke it out. Alright, any others rising? There's one coming from the back. He's joining in. Alright, sure, we'll just sit here and just enjoy this. Yeah, fuck him up, yeah! Ah! You're not just an innocent spectator, you're a part of this! Oh god, now they're both on me. That's bad. I don't want that. Okay, hyper armor. Saw that coming. Whoa! Forgot they could do that. Okay, see, when they're both attacking you like this, there's no opening at all. Come on, come on, come on, fight each other, thank you. Okay, now I can focus on this guy. Or not, because the guy of less importance is coming after me. Sure. I'm using up all my Estus. Now I'm hoping for bonus refills from the enemies outside, please. Alright, well, I took that guy out really quickly, so... Oh, hey, I got a bonus refill from the guys outside! Perfect! Alright, enough attacking! Oh my god! You know, the more I fight these guys, I'm actually not liking them as much as I remember. Oh... It's that kind of thing that annoys me with Elden Ring's bosses, where you think they're done, but oh no, surprise follow-up! Surprise follow-up I've never done before, and I just died, okay. I mean, that might just be me getting salty at dying 3 times, but... Which is worse than I did on my main channel playthrough. But again, these bosses are so weird. I like it in concept, but I think that... I don't know. I don't know what I think. I don't know what to think about this fight. It's kind of fun. I guess. But I definitely prefer fights later in the game to them. I wouldn't say this is my favorite boss. Not even close. Man, listen to me going like, oh, I'm so excited to fight this boss. Well, hey, at least this boss is way more interesting than Farron Keep. Alright, here we go again. I'm very sorry to the Dark Souls 3 pros who are like, you could totally have attacked them right here! I'm very sorry to disappoint you with my lack of skill. I hate you. I want you to know that I hate you. Alright, fine. You know what? Fuck healing. I'll just go this way. Okay, that was almost bad. Alright, come on now. Maybe I could use this. Oh, oh, that was really good, actually. Ah, he dodged it out of the way of it, though. Okay, maybe this is the secret sauce. That's the guy with the red eyes after me. That's not how it's supposed to work. You're making me look inaccurate again. How are you jumping? How do you have hyper armor and a jump? You're off the ground. Attacks should be knocking you over. You shouldn't be stronger. That makes no sense. Yeah, so when they land their sword in the ground like that, then they're done for sure. They never have any attacks after that. For everything else, though, whatever the fuck they... Sure. Cool. I wish I could have, you know, seen that coming. That would have been fun. Alright, can you guys duke it out, please? You want a greatsword? Okay, I'm just starting up these attacks at the wrong time. And they barely clip me with that shit. Alright, you better not have a follow-up. If you do, I will call your mom. You don't want me to do that, do you? I hate you. Okay, now that I'm out of Estus... Okay, we're about to hit phase 2, at least. That's nice. So, phase 2, no Estus. Are you dead? Yeah, you're... It's weird. Their health bar, like, doesn't empty all the way. I don't get it. Let's skip the cutscene. Let's go. Let me bring out an Ember. More health. Cool. Love it. I hate you. Okay, dodging away sucks because the fiery effect is discouraging that. I was not even in that anymore, but sure. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm not liking these guys anymore. I used to like them, and I think my opinion on them is lowering. Because they constantly look like they're open, and then they do a really fast follow-up. And that's the type of shit Market the Fell Omen does in Elden Ring, and that pisses me off when bosses do that. Look, I'm open, right? Ha, no, it wasn't. That type of shit, it bothers me so much in these games. And I don't recall many later game fights in this game doing that, so yeah. And also the first feels almost RNG with which Abyss Watchers attack and which ones don't. It feels like there's almost nothing you can do most of the time. I guess I just have to look for the times when they're plunging their sword in the ground, and then I have to remember that they can do that, because apparently they can do that. Okay, cool. I'm just getting impatient. I know. I love this game. I love the bosses. I genuinely do. I love the bosses in this game. Except this one, I guess. Aside from this one, I love the bosses. Alright. Cool. The other guy's coming. Alright, third one's here, come on. Come on. Fuck each other up. Oh, okay, distract the other guy. This guy's the one that matters. So, I'm glad he's being left to me. Why didn't I do a second attack there? I had stamina. I forgot. That was on me. So I guess part of this is also me getting mad at my own Okay. My bad. I forgot I'm supposed to have the camera turned in that direction, I guess. Jesus Christ, this is like going 12 times worse than my main channel playthrough. You know, a part of that might be the fact that I don't have very much defense. Let me find a way to fix that. Like, Follow Knight set. How about that? This is going fine. I'm okay with this. I mean, it's giving me a chance to learn the fight more. I mean, based on me still trying to attack them without them clearly being done with a combo, how much am I really learning? You're actually faster than my running. Are you shitting me? Get out of here. Everything's making me angry now. This is the inevitability of Souls games and me. I get angry at everything slowly but surely. Backing up from that attack worked before. Don't know why it didn't work that time. It's just a pixel closer to him, I guess. Alright, the other guy. There he is. Oh my god, good thing I looked. Magic was almost working, but the fact is that it takes a long time to charge up. Okay, that did something. Oh! And that attack! That's a huge leap attack, and it comes out that quick. That's the type of shit basic enemies in Dark Souls 1 was doing, because that game is shit. Anyway, sorry. Sorry, Dark Souls 1 fans. I know. I need to get good. Yes, I get it. Okay, I get it. That was a completely unnecessary finisher there, because he seemed to have no health. Okay. I failed to dodge the first hit. Can y'all not both be after me? Don't you hate the Abyss? I don't have any Abyss in me. Why are you coming after me? What? You too? Isn't one of you supposed to fight? Come on! Oh my god! Okay. You! No! You're not coming after me now. What the... This is what I mean with the RNG shit. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with this. Some of them are hanging back at least. Okay, that was a bad mistake, but it somehow works. I'll take it. I love it when my mistakes work accidentally. Alright. Let's go. Let's go, buddy. Let's go, buddy. No. Not that attack. That works. I didn't mean to do that, but it works. All right, one Estus going into this. Can I do it? Cool. That canceled everything. Canceled my life. Canceled me off the internet. I will not have time. I don't have time to Ember. You still had an attack after those two? Aren't those two enough? Okay, sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like that Pokemon. I have to remain calm. I like this game. I don't hate it. Come on. It's just fucking Abyss Watchers. How did I do it so easily on all my previous playthroughs? How did I beat this boss so easily? If they're like this, how did I even beat them? I have no idea. How did I 3-try them in my main channel playthrough? How did they wipe me on the floor the first 2 times, and then the 3rd time, all just suddenly everything worked out perfectly, and I lived, and I won? How did that happen? When they do shit like that? They weren't doing any particular bad attacks in that moment. It's just, you know... I'm complaining a lot. Let me get my souls. Where's my souls? Where's my souls? I want these souls. These are good souls. Thank you. I think, honestly, the main one stops fighting you when you go to fight the secondary ones. Yeah. Oh, okay. You're all... Oh, okay. Already going for it, I see. This is what I mean with the RNG. Sometimes it really works out, and sometimes it just doesn't. My hit noises aren't working. Wait. Can we hear that again? Okay, they are. They're working fine. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, thank you. Okay, there you go. My turn. See, this is going so much better from pure luck. Oh, okay, yeah. Dodging is much easier in that one. Uh-oh. Whoa, they both did the slidey. Okay, yeah, so I think if I'm fighting a minion, the main guy hangs back and goes to fight someone else as well. But if I'm fighting the main guy, the minions don't fall back. Oh, God. I think there's a pattern. Alright, well, by some miracle, I'm now going into Phase 2 with 5 Estus. How did I do this? No idea, I just did. I think my damage output is garbage as well. Yeah, I'm not doing very much. After that, I should try the big sword, magic sword. Okay. I'm recognizing that telegraph more. Okay. This is going better. No idea how I dodged that, but sure. Out of FP. Forgot about that. Okay. Wait, use that turn to heal. Whoa, okay, big lag splat. That's fine, we beat them. Oh my god, took way too long. That took way too long, frankly. I guess you could just get so unlucky in that first phase when you're being ganged up on by both of them at the same time, when they both choose the wrong attacks, and I just got lucky that last time and won from that, but yeah. Alright, fighting them again. I don't like them as much as I used to. I just don't like the bosses in these games with the quick, snappy follow-ups when they look like they're clearly open. Because that's just... I feel like that's kind of cheap, and it annoys me every time. There's a lot of bosses in even Elden Ring that avoid doing that, and I like those bosses a lot more. Like, I think Morgott in Elden Ring does that even less than Margit, despite being the same character. And that's why I despise Margit, yet I had a lot more fun with Morgott, is because I think Morgott had a lot more just long, big attacks than he did follow-ups, quick, snappy follow-ups that surprised you. These guys had a lot of quick, snappy follow-ups that surprised you, and I just don't really like those types of attacks, so I didn't like them that much. Gotta be honest. The first phase is also really cool in concept, but also so RNG heavy, I think. That last attempt went better simply because all of the people attacked who they needed to for it to work out for me. And then I got to second phase, I actually had health. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I like that fight anymore, but that's whatever. It's done now. 2 hours and 2 minutes. That wouldn't have been a 2-hour video if it weren't for that freaking fight. Let me level up with you. Can I get intelligence and mind? Yeah, not even vigor. I think I can go through the next area without much vigor. The area after that, I don't really know. Okay, this gives me a second attunement slot base, so I want to go with that. Yeah, vigor. I can't level up anymore. We're at 41. We need 10,000 souls to level up. Coolio. Anything I can buy from you guys? I think I have a new scroll for Orbex, so I'm going to give that to him real quick.
Backing up.
Perfect timing. I'm in need of a diversion.
Lucille, an ancient land of golden sorceries. Not even the Dragon School possesses such a long-lost scroll. What would the Xanthus scholars say with their ridiculous headwear? They would simply slaver over this find.
Aha, good thing I got them first. So this unlocks these spells down here. Repair, Hidden Weapon, Hidden Body, and Twisted Wall of Light. All of which are sorcery... Oh, and this as well. All of which are sorceries from Ulusil. Very cool. Alright. Very cool-Ulusil, if you will. Alright, was there something from... Oh, no, that's something I picked up. I guess I could buy Pestilent Mist. I might use it in the future. Oh!
I have something for you. You're a fine sorcerer now. No mistake. You should have something to prove it. Go on.
Yes, yes, give it. The Young Dragon Ring. I think this just boosts sorceries. That's useful.
Come again.
Took us a very long time to get it, but it's useful. Alright, well, that shall be it for this video. I don't think there's any last... Oh, yeah, you should have something new to say now. I've beaten them.
You offed the Lords of Cinder, the undead legion. So that's how they're delivered to their thrones. I pity the sorry souls. Is that really Lordship's last reward?
Seems like it. Okay, we do have... Oh, we also have that guy, right? We do have a few distractions left to go. Cinders of the Lord. Swore upon their shared wolf's blood. Serves as their mandate as Lord. So the first Abyss Watcher was Artorias, a character from Dark Souls 1's DLC, which was named after him, Artorias of the Abyss. And he created the Abyss Watchers. And yeah, those were the Abyss Watchers we were fighting. I'm almost at maximum hollowing. I'm surprised I didn't reach maximum hollowing through all those deaths. We already read this one. Blood was spread amongst the Abyss Watchers, and their souls are the one with the soul of the Wolf Blood Master, who was Artorias. Indeed. Let's go extract the things we can. Talk to you first, though.
I know you. Been some time. I just dropped in to see how she's getting on. Now, what are you playing at with this circus? This cesspool of doddering old folk and degenerates? Couldn't be better. She must fit in perfectly here.
Doddering old folk and degenerates, eh? What exactly is so degenerate about them? Well, this guy I can understand, but about, like, this guy? He was the Lord of Cinder. You will treat him with respect. How about the Fire Keeper? You will also treat her with respect. Alright, Boulder Heave, that's the spit attack he was doing. I would much rather have El's Ring. Good pun. Alright, Art of War has been constant. Those who follow him have footsteps or no fear now than his own day. Increases maximum equip load. Very, very useful. What's the other? Okay, Wolf Knight Greatsword or First Abyss Watcher or this. That's dexterity weapon. I could use this. It's a unique Ultra Greatsword. Okay. I do need 18 strength, and I'm not even close to 18 strength, so never mind. That's right, I do need 16 strength for something in the distant future. Ooh boy, leveling up's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna get this though, just in case I feel like using it. Okay, now we should be done with everything. That was Farron Keep. Mixed bag. I mean, I kind of like the atmosphere. I like the area where we go up to the bridge. I do kind of like dealing with the poison. It's an interesting thing. And I do like Abyss Watchers overall. But I thought I loved Abyss Watchers. I don't. Sorry, I just don't. I've already been over it. Their attacks are a little dumb, in my opinion. But aside from that, they're a fine fight. And at least they don't have that much health. I was actually surprised that my Twin Blades weren't doing that good there, but maybe it's because I haven't infused them. Or upgraded them. Honestly, I'm gonna go do that right now. As I say, next time on Dark Souls 3, we're gonna continue past the Abyss Watchers Arena. Didn't see a place to go there? Yeah, I didn't either, but there has to be a way to go there, so we're gonna find it, and we're gonna continue. Mark my words. Sure, +4, why not? I'm gonna get ahead of the curve a little bit. Can I reinforce my staff as well? +3, thank you. Alright. That'll be that. So, run towards the camera, looking scary as a result, as the camera clips through my legs. Thank you all for watching, if you did, and as always, wrong menu, I will see you all in the future.